1 in 3. That's how many American men will face physical violence, sexual assault, or stalking by an intimate partner. 1 in 3 women worldwide will endure physical or sexual abuse, most often by someone they know. But domestic abuse isn't just bruises. It's manipulation, it's fear, it's control that seeps into every part of your life. I'm Ingrid Dutton, and I survived it. Then I created 1 in 3 so no one else has to suffer in silence. Each week, we break that silence together. Occasionally joined by survivors, loved ones, and experts, we talk about the pain, yes, but also about the healing, resilience, and the fight to reclaim your life. This podcast is more than awareness, it's a lifeline. And a reminder, you are seen, you are heard, you are never alone. Search for 1 in 3 wherever you get your podcasts, because every voice matters and every story deserves to be heard.
Thanksgiving is a great day for football and what goes along with football, but rivalries. So this week we will talk about one of the oldest and the best rivalries in the NFL.
Well, first of all, before we get into that, welcome to another situation. I'm Ingrid.
I'm Jessica.
And we hope you all had a great Thanksgiving.
Wonderful. And have good leftovers?
Yes, and hopefully your teams won.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of football.
Unless it's a team we didn't want to win, then we hope that the team we wanted won.
Whoever's playing the Vikings this week, I hope they win. I don't know who that is.
Whoever's playing the Vikings last week, you hope they won.
Well, okay. I always hope the Vikings lose. So actually that statement can be
We're just not going to pretend. We 100% are recording this before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we want to spend time with our families too and watch football and eat food.
Yes. So we're not going to hold you guys up any longer. Jessica, get right into whatever feud this is. Oh, first of all, Jessica did not understand the assignment.
I totally didn't. So in my mind, Ingrid told me, I'm pretty sure she did tell me Family Feud. I have an email. I'm pretty sure that says it. So somehow in my brain, Feud got transferred into Rivalry, which got transferred into Thanksgiving, which to me, football and Thanksgiving go hand in hand a lot. And so that's where my mind went.
Well, I think that's good. That's good.
Yeah. So,
but if any of you have any actual Family Feud stories that you want to share with us following your Thanksgiving dinner,
I actually did want to bring this up. I thought about bringing it up during your situation, but I might as well bring it up now because my situation. This isn't that long. The rivalry that I have.
Okay.
Do you remember? Okay, what is the worst argument you've ever gotten into on Thanksgiving?
I don't recall arguments on Thanksgiving, to be quite honest.
What?
For real.
Okay, I don't know what the start of the argument was, and I don't know why we were arguing. It was me and you. It was me, you, and Mom in Orlando, and we were arguing about, me and you were...
Well, hold on. First of all, when you asked me about that, my memory for Thanksgiving stopped when I went to college. I didn't think about, I forgot about all that time in Orlando.
Oh my goodness. I mean, as children, I think my favorite Thanksgiving at Grandma's house.
Was Mom going to leave?
Yes.
Okay, I remember.
So me and Ingrid were fighting so bad about something that I have no idea what it was. Maybe I left a cup in the living room that I didn't put in the sink or something.
No.
I'm
No.
sure it was something ridiculous like that.
Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
So what was it, if you remember so well?
I'm sure you were destroying something.
Me and Mom were sitting in the living room watching football. So anyways, either way, Ingrid and I...
You were crushing dreams or something, for sure.
We let it all, like, we just were straight up yelling at each other like we had been sisters.
After dinner? Or
no,
before?
It was before. It was before dinner. Like, we'd been sisters for about 30 years. So there was a lot of, I don't know, stuff that buttons you know how to push, like words you know how to say to make each other mad and like just accelerate the fight. So that's exactly what we were doing. Neither of us were being very mature. And then our mom got so tired of it. She's like, girls, I'm getting on a flight and I'm going back to Wisconsin. And I think me and you looked at each other and we both started laughing and we're like, Mom, it's not that serious. So that was one of my favorite feuds. The other one, do you remember the food fight we had on Grandma's porch?
Oh, yes. A lot of family had already left.
Yeah, I think it was just me, you, Jenny, and Angie that was left there.
Did we come really late? Or were we older?
We were. I think I wanted to say I was a freshman, maybe?
Because it was the remodeled porch.
It was. So maybe me and you came later because maybe you could drive and I rode.
And it
with
actually
you.
Wasn't the front porch, it was the back porch.
The back one.
Because technically
the one that
the
faced
front porch
the
is
driveway. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was like mashed potatoes hanging in her plants.
Oh my gosh.
She was probably so mad at us.
Probably. I'm sure. Oh, how fun. Anyways. Oh, who's Mom now?
I've been talking to her on the phone quite a bit lately. So my feud/rivalry is the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
Obviously, we have shared that we are Green Bay Packers fans, and one of my favorite rivalries is with the Bears. I enjoy them, and I actually, out of everyone in our division, I want them to win, along with the Packers.
Same.
Right? Mm-hmm. But like if it's the Vikings and the Lions, they haven't been winning for God knows how long. So they're like the non-contender.
Well, yeah, I feel like the Packers were kind of a non-contender this season.
Well, so are the Bears.
The Bears.
Which is, so one of the fun facts I saw, the Bears have not beaten the Packers in their season since 2018. Like it's 2022. Yes. I just thought that was funny. So I was nervous when Jay Cutler was done because I felt like Jay, even though he was the Bears quarterback, really played for the Packers when they would play. He totally did. I think he was our biggest fan. Oh my goodness. That reminds me of a meme I saw. This doesn't have to do with the Bears or Packers rivalry, but it was from the Cowboys and Packers game. And it said something like, finally, Mike McCarthy's coaching helps the Packers win.
Oh, well, that's not nice because Mike McCarthy did good with a pack for a while.
He took us to the Super Bowl. I loved Mike McCarthy. I absolutely love him as a coach, but it was funny though. It was funny.
That is funny, but it's not true.
No, it wasn't the coaching. I don't think that. Mm-mm. Well, I mean, there's some questionable stuff, but whatever. Anyways, okay. Back to this. So mine's going to be short because there's just not, I mean, there's a big history. There's a 100-year history. So their first meeting was November 27th, 1921. And it was back when the Chicago Bears weren't the Chicago Bears. They were it wasn't Chicago, but they were called the Staleys. So the Bears formed I got this from Wikipedia. I got it from, there's a Chicago Times, there's a Bleacher Report, I watched a YouTube video, and I got an article from Packers Wire. So those are my sources. But so the first meeting was in 1921, but this was the first, back when it was ASFLPL, like American Football Professional League, AFPL, APFL. So what happened was there was a guy down in Chicago. Yeah, you know me.
Yes. Okay.
So there was a guy that owned a business. There was a guy, and his name was A.E. Stanley. Staley, A.E. Staley. And he wanted to have a. Ingrid's laughing at me. I'm so sorry.
Well, could you do the whole episode in your Wisconsin or Chicago accent?
Oh, okay. I think we can do that. We'll try. I'm not going to want to.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry,
I went Canadian. I went a little bit too far north.
I might go Irish. My Wisconsin turns Irish, which is really weird. Okay, I can. We'll see. I'm not sure if I'm gonna want to listen to it if it's my Wisconsin accent though. No, I love the Wisconsin accent, just not from my mouth. That's all. So there's a guy, and his name was A.E. Staley. So he had a business down in Illinois. And actually, oh my gosh, the YouTube video that I watched on it, he called it Illinois. Like, you're definitely
for real.
Yes,
it wasn't like in jest.
It was not in jest. He said Illinois. Yeah, and I was like, oh, I cringed. Come on, man.
My no good brother-in-law from Illinois.
So, A.E. Staley. He already had a baseball team, for his company, and he's like, I want to have a football team now too. So,
stop.
Thank God.
I have to edit this, and I can't. I won't stop speaking Wisconsin for a month if I do this.
Fair enough. I'm okay with that. Now, my accent might come out every now and then, though.
We love you, Wisconsin.
So much love. A.E. Staley wanted to form a football team because he already had a professional baseball team within his company. And he thought that it would help build morale and like show people how to have good work ethic, like being part of a team. So he created, I can't remember what city it was in. It wasn't Chicago, but they became the Staleys. That was their mascot. And so back then, it was like everyone was playing football against locally. Like I think Green Bay played Racine a couple times, and like you just played each other locally. So the Staleys ended up going professional. And when it went professional, the Staleys played the Packers November 27th, 1921. Eventually, after, I can't remember. See, I watched this YouTube video too long ago. So eventually after that, Chicago wanted its own team, or like they decided to move it to Chicago to make it bigger and like get more people involved. So they were first the Chicago Staleys, but apparently, and I didn't know this, that the football teams were trying to name their team name like in relation to the baseball teams in the big cities. And I don't know if that's true. I haven't taken a deep dive and actually thought about it, but that's what this YouTube video said. And this one example works. So they had the Chicago Cubs, right? And so they were thinking like, oh, the Cubs. And sometimes the Chicago Cubs were referred to as the Bears. And so that's why they decided to change the name of the football team from the Staleys to the Chicago Bears. And I was like, well, holy crap. That actually kind of makes sense. Bears, Cubs. I never put that together.
Well, plus what's a Staley?
Well, that's the dude's last name.
Well, I know, but how are you going to have a mascot named like Staley?
I don't know. But isn't that cute? Like, I thought that was like, oh, I never, Cubs and Bears. And so they picked the colors so the first manager of the Bears, they picked the colors from Illinois Illini. Illinois, yeah, I said that right. So that's where the orange and the blue came from. I was like, oh my goodness. I had no idea that they borrowed that or took that. Well, is it that Chicago is so cohesive, or is it because Chicago was just not creative? Well, that guy, he was a alumni. He was alumni of Illinois. So I think that's probably why.
I'm just kidding. I actually really like the city of Chicago as well.
It is a pretty nice city.
I'm throwing shade everywhere.
I threw a little bit of shade too. It's cool. Well, I mean, every person I meet from Illinois, I was like, do you know what a fib is?
Oh no.
One of my
it's because you're talking football, and I think it brings out that, I don't know,
competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
The rivalry. that we are talking about?
Rivalry, feud.
Rivalry. Okay, so
Not
listen
in the
to this.
family sense.
No, not even. Well, kind of, because we do have a cousin that's a Bears fan.
She shall not be named.
She shall not. I think she might have just been like a Jay Cutler fan, though, actually. I don't know. No, she's actually a real Bears fan, isn't she?
She's legit.
I think she did it to go against the family. She would have.
She's done it well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then during this time, the Packers are starting. So the Packers, they started kind of the same way. They were formed by Acme. So Acme, they were formed by someone else. And then Acme,
I want to sing the Tiny Toons song when I hear
tiny,
Acme.
We're toony, we're all a little loony. And in this cartoony, we're invading your TV. Now we owe them $1 million.
I know.
So the Packers were initially, oh man, see, I tried to remember the Bears history because I knew I'd forget it. And the Packers one, like I just kind of put off to the side. So I know we were bought out by the Acme Packers. And I think it was, crap. So Curly Lambeau obviously was our first coach. And I think he was the one trying to name him. And I think his wife or whoever the owner was, and his wife was making fun of him. And he's like, no, I'm just going to call him the Green Bay Acme's, or like they was going to call him something really funny. And so his wife's like, well, if you're going to do that, why don't you just call him the Green Bay Packers? Because it was the Acme packing company. And he really liked it. And so that's how the Packers mascot came about. But like, what does that mascot look like? What does it look like?
It doesn't matter. A woman came up with it. Smart lady.
No, a woman did in jest. And the man's like, oh, that's great. Okay, so the Bears actually initially were the better team. Like we could not, I think it took 4 years for the first Packers to beat the Bears team. However, in the over 200 games that we have played, the series is now, it was pretty close to being tied, but now Green Bay has won 104 games. The Bears have won 95, and we've tied 6 games. So it's pretty dang close, and the Bears and the Packers are tied for having the most Hall of Fame players and having the most division titles. So the Packers, if you don't include, they had a lot of the NFL titles, like NFL championships. But now in like 2, 3, 4 Super Bowl titles, 4, we have 4 Super Bowl titles. And I think we had like 3 national, I was so confident in my knowledge of knowing this that I didn't even type anything up to read like I normally do.
This is really sad coming off the stellar amount of research and knowledge I have from last week's episode.
Wow. Okay, so that was this. Oh, the rivalry. This is what I wanted to talk about. Oh my gosh, so the record, that's the record. There's been a lot of good games. There's been a lot of players that have played both for the Bears and the Packers. Namely the dude with the sunglasses, quarterback, Jim McMahon played for both of us. Yeah, he was our backup for a while after he left Chicago. Josh Sitton played with us first and then Chicago. And then we both had Julius Peppers more recently. We both had actually Adrian Amos, who's our safety now. We got him from Green Bay or from Chicago. Wrong word. Sorry. Wrong city. So, and I will say I've been to Soldier Field and I think they are some of the nicest fans. Like granted, I had a flask of Jameson with me at that game, so I would make friends wherever I went. But like it was a good game. It was a good game. It was a lot of fun. Good people. Anyway, so the supposed rivalry, there wasn't one at first. Like I said, Chicago was beating Green Bay for the first 4 years. Green Bay wasn't really getting their stuff together. So I think it was George Halas was the coach of the Bears at the time. It may not have been George. It might have been a relative. I think it was Halas was the last name. And so this came about that Green Bay actually almost didn't have a season because we played 3 college players during a game against Racine. And apparently it was against the association rules that you could not have college players play for you. And so the Racine paper found out about it and like wrote about it in the paper. I guess Green Bay must have won that game or something like that. Well, then the Chicago Tribune got a hold of it and ran with it and was like, get Green Bay out of the association. They shouldn't play anymore. They had 3 college players play, like get them out. Well, what the rumor mill started was that the head coach of the Bears is the one that reported it all to everybody. And the one that went to the association is like, no, get them out. They did this, but they need to be out because they wanted Green Bay out so bad. But this guy, he didn't. He didn't like it. It came from the Racine paper. Chicago Tribune found out about it and pulled the story from the Racine, whatever newspaper that they have. So when the vote did come to the association, the coach for the Chicago Bears did vote that Green Bay should be kicked out of the league because they violated it by having the 3 college players, which is fair. So we were actually out of the league for a couple of months. However, that is when Curtis Lambeau decided to come in and petition, and he was able to get the Packers back in the league. So then it started, he was the coach of the Packers from like 1920 to like, I think 1950. Like he was, and then so Lambeau Field was built in 68, I want to say 68 or 69. And it was officially done a year after Lambeau passed away. So I think it's awesome that we named the field after him. Anyways, so the rumor mills, head coach of the Bears are trying to take out the Packers and not let them play in the association. And then a couple years later, after the Depression, all the teams kind of came together and Halas didn't have enough funds to pay his players. And so he borrowed money from his mom. He borrowed money from his mother-in-law. He was like trying to get all this money together. Did I say Depression?
Yes.
I didn't mean Depression. I meant it was after, no. I meant Depression. Wait, 100 years ago, no. I meant after World War II, I'm thinking. There was
That's the Depression.
No, the Depression was after World War I.
Before World War II?
No, it was in the 20s because it was the roaring 20s and then the Depression hit. So actually, I think it was the Depression. Okay, I'm sorry.
For all of your accurate historical data, please come here.
That makes sense. Yeah, because it would be about 90 years ago that the Depression was. So yeah, it was still during the time of the football. Okay. And, the Bears coach, manager, owner, whatever, did not have enough money to pay the players. And so he was borrowing money from his family, trying to play him. He still didn't have enough money. And so Green Bay, the owners, the Acme Packing Company, the CEO or whoever, like the big people, were like, hey, we'll give you a loan. It was like $1,500 or something like that. It was, like nothing in today's money. They're like, hey, I'll loan this to you so you can pay your players and so you can keep playing. He's like, awesome. Thank you. And then in return, Halas is actually the same guy. Like they became the Bears and the Chicago management became kind of tight after that, like supporting each other. And then it was actually Halas of the Bears that told Green Bay that they need to recruit probably the most infamous coach of the Green Bay Packers, which is
Curly.
No. Who's the Super Bowl trophy named after? Vince Lombardi.
Oh, Lombardi. I was thinking Lambeau. I was thinking Lombardi, and then I thought Lambeau.
No, you're good. It's lucky you're cute. It's fine. So he actually told the Packers to hire Lombardi. And then, we all know what Lombardi did. Got us the 2 first Super Bowls, got the Super Bowl trophy named after him, and just became a great success and became the Packers of what they are. And so what they were talking about in the history of football is that the supposed rivalry, because of, the coach telling on the Packers for playing those 3 players, which was totally made up, that the supposed rivalry brought out players wanted to come play for these 2 teams because it was like, yeah, like they're hardcore. I want to play. Like they kind of like butt heads. Like they wanted to be a part of this, well-known rivalry in the NFL. So that's why I think both of the teams have so many championships and so many Hall of Famers that just players are drawn to the awesomeness and the history that they have.
That's fun. I mean, like you said, I do like we used to watch their camp.
Yeah, we did. In Platteville. Like we had, oh my gosh. So for anyone that's a football fan, and we had the 88 Bears, we had the Refrigerators autograph on a program. We had Jim McMahon was there. We also had, Singletary. We had that's the Refrigerator. No, Walter Payton was a Refrigerator. We also had
Mike Singletary.
Thank you. Yes. So we had all these amazing football players because our mom is like, girls, you're cute. Go ask them for autographs. And so I remember,
you know what? Can I tell you, we were not as cute as the blonde mom with the neon green tube top, like 80s tube. Oh my gosh.
I do not remember her.
I 100% remember. There are kids. All of the kids were all lined up trying to get autographs. And I think I was like in an oversized Chicago Bears sweatshirt. And that really awkward, ugly kid stage. And then I remember this mom walking up with her permed blonde hair with a really high bangs and then this like neon green.
Fantastic 80s.
And it was funny because like all the football players were like, oh, it's the kids are signing autographs. And she walks up and they all walk over to her. I was just about to get somebody's autograph. I'm like, oh.
That's why you
need to look like that. Yeah.
I think I was still in my cute phase, so I got some attention. But I probably had like my rat tail haircut. So,
oh jeez, oh my God, you guys! Fun fact: Jessica had a rat tail by request.
By request, performed by my father.
God.
I don't know why. It was my first grade photo, I want to say. So you can't tell it. Like it was the day before school pictures. And I was like, Dad, can you cut my hair? So he did.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I have one of my favorite Packers versus Bears game is October 12th, 1997. I just Googled this. I don't know it off the top of my head.
Oh.
October 12th, 1997. I went to college, and Jessica actually ended up going to Winona, Minnesota. And while there, I met friends from Chicago, friends from Minnesota, friends from Wisconsin. And so I think I can't remember if we were roommates at the time. Eventually we became roommates. I don't want to think about math and think about the years, but Emily was able to get us some tickets to the game, which was held at Soldier Field. And there were Sarah, Emily, Joanna, and myself. And then we had Brian and Chad and maybe Tom. I don't remember. I know there were more
Tom
girls
and Chad
and
and Brian were all Chicago, right? Weren't they Illinois?
Yes, they were all Chicago. Oh, no. Tom and Brian were Chicago fans. Chad was a Packer fan.
Oh, okay.
Me, Chad, Sarah, and Sarah all had these amazing seats, and I'm not sure where everybody else was. But the game came down to the Bears were up 24, and the Bears were up 23, and the Packers were, it's 23-17 was the score, 23-17. And nope.
Okay.
No, I take that back. It was 23-15.
This is far.
So the 23-16. It was 23-16. And there were just, not a lot of time left in the game. And I think I was donning my Mark Shmurda jersey. But yeah, so it was Brett Favre era. And the Packers seamlessly drove down the field. I mean, I think that I do feel like the Bears were kind of dominating. But then when in true Favre fashion comes down to the line and they drive down the field, score the touchdown. So now it's 23-22. And you're like, okay, it was fourth quarter, very, very end of the game. I want to say seconds. I'm not sure. Less than a minute. And so we're thinking, oh my God, we're going to go into overtime. Well, then we see that they had made the call to go for a 2-point conversion. And I mean, all of us were on the edge of our freaking seats. And I guess it made sense because we were in Chicago. If you go to tie the game, most likely Chicago is going to win in overtime. And they pulled it off. They got the 2-point conversion. The Packers won 24-23. It was amazing.
When I went to Soldier Field, it was so I had this tradition of once I was an adult and out of the Navy that I would go to a Packer game for my birthday. So I've been to Kansas City, obviously Jacksonville, Soldier Field,
Seattle,
San Francisco, or not San Francisco. I went to Oakland with Dad. Seattle. Well, that was for your congratulations on getting your master's, though. So this one was for, I graduated with my master's, so it must have been 2012. And I went with my roommate for my birthday. And so she got me these, those fat heads is like the carve out, like poster thing. So she got me one of Clay Matthews and Aaron Rodgers. And so we're on the plane. And then this is also the time of when you could bring your own little bottles of alcohol with you on the plane. So my girlfriend is like, I'm making sure you have a good birthday. And she opens her purse and there's like 20 mini bottles in there. And I was like, good Lord. So we had the fat heads and then we had those bottles of alcohol. So we finished up whatever alcohol she had. And then there's a picture of us on the airplane holding the fat heads. And there were so many people flying back home from Chicago that because we were living in Orlando and they're they must have been working in Orlando and flying back to Chicago. And like, oh my gosh, we just made friends with everybody. Like there was some Packers fans. It was such a good time. Such a good time. But like, I'll have to, if I can find the picture, I'll post it on our Facebook of me and my friend with the fat heads on the plane. It was pretty awesome. So anyways, that was my Family Feud story.
All right, let's do our B's quick.
Okay. Be a Packer fan.
Be attentive when you get an assignment.
Be flexible when things don't go the way you expect.
Oh, we're back to flexible again. Be throwing out those leftovers soon.
Turkey sandwiches, no more.
No more.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So that's it. Next week, we are covering Pearl Harbor.
Mm-hmm. And we have are we saying what we are? No. We're just covering Pearl Harbor.
We're covering Pearl Harbor. And we do have, believe it or not, a personal story.
Mm-hmm.
Not
sure.
Jessica's going to recall her events.
Well,
happy birthday to our mom, which is December 4th. We will be in California.
Yay.
Surviving. I was going to say celebrating and surviving.
It's going to be a wonderful time. Me, Ingrid, and my mom have an Airbnb. We'll see if we can get our mom to threaten.
Jessica pees her pants.
And my mom threatens to fly home early.
If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I need to refer you back to...
You don't need to refer back to anything.
It's such a messy, ugly episode. I don't know that I want any of you to listen to it, but it's out there.
Same. So much oversharing.
Another sister situation, which was like August 9th.
With Kara.
That was episode number 33. So we will hopefully not recreate all of what we talked about during that episode, but
maybe it'll become our new favorite vacation.
Yes. Okay. Well, thanks for listening, you guys.
Take care. Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye. If you would like to reach out to us or submit your situation, please contact us at anothersituationpodcast@gmail.com or find us on Instagram at Another Situation Podcast. We're also on Facebook at Another Situation.
Another Situation is produced and edited by Point 5 Pinoy. Music is written and performed by Tim Crow.